What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so before I get into this video, I want to give a big shout out to the brother Yosef for the $5 donation via the PayPal. All right, he says, quote, "Yo, Too Raw, love the top 10 all-time series. I think a good honorable mention on the list would be Larry Johnson. I've been playing that 2K My NBA Eras thing, and he's a prominent force in my league. Very underrated player for sure. Sorry for the long message. One hand Yosef." Now you good. Yeah. I remember you writing about him on one of those videos, and I thought about saying some honorable mentions, and he definitely is one of them. One of the most NBA ready games and players and physiques that we've ever seen. He came into the league playing the power forward position, could play the small forward position, 6'7", 232 pounds, pure muscle, built like an ox. Came in the league averaging 22 points, 11 rebounds, rookie of the year. He looked like he was going to have a Hall of Fame potential career, but issues with his back just destroyed his career as far as Hall of Fame potential. But he still had a good 10-year career, but it should have been much better. Another guy that was very NBA ready as far as his body is concerned is Gus Honeycomb Johnson. Played in the 1960s, 6'6", 232 pounds, built somewhat like Charles Barkley, but without any of the fat. Just a great player. So, Major League Baseball, in light of some of the offensive woes, in some ways, that have plagued the game in the past couple of decades, especially the last few years, they have approved 3 significant rule changes aiming at improving pace of play, action, and safety at the Major League Baseball level. All right. So, the recently formed Joint Competition Committee voted Friday in favor of these 3 rule changes. The first one will be further implementation of the pitch timer. In an effort to create a quicker pace of play, there will be a 30-second timer between batters. Between pitches, there will be a 15-second timer with the bases empty and a 20-second timer with runners on base. At last check, the pitch timer had reduced the average time of game in Major League Baseball by about 26 minutes. This rule, which includes limits on throws to first base, has also increased stolen base attempts, which is something that's become a lost art in this game. With this rule in place in the minors this season, steal attempts per game have increased from 2.23 in 2019 with a 68% success rate to 2.83 in 2022 and a 77% success rate. Pitchers who violate the timer are charged with an automatic ball, but hitters who violate the timer are charged with an automatic strike. So that's one of the rule changes. The other one will be lifts on a defensive shift. The defensive team must have a minimum of 4 players on the infield, with at least 2 infielders completely on either side of second base. So that means that the catcher, the first baseman, second baseman, well, not necessarily the second baseman, the shortstop perhaps, third baseman, all have to be in the infield. Shortstops, second baseman often could play where, if I'm not mistaken, scouts, the numbers say where a guy's hits generally will land in the vicinity. They would play that area to try to, of course, rob him of hits. One particular player that has worked with a lot in the past 10 years is Albert Pujols. When Pujols was playing with the St. Louis Cardinals, This was a guy that was hitting home runs with the frequency of Frank Thomas and Hank Aaron, Willie Mays, but not only that, but was hitting at a 320 to 330 batting average for his career. Since then, he's been a sub 300 hitter, and so yeah, he's been robbed of hits. But anyway, the four infielders must be within the outer boundary of the infield when the pitcher is on the rubber. Infielders may not switch sides. In other words, a team cannot reposition its best defender on the side of the infield the batter is more likely to hit the ball. That is what they've been doing lately. And also bigger bases. The bases, which traditionally have been 15 inches square, will instead be 18 inches square. Home plate is unchanged. The biggest reason for the increase in size for the bases is to encourage hitters to, well, I guess you say hitters or people who are on base to be a little bit more aggressive when it comes to stealing bases, feel more comfortable, and to avoid collisions. All right. One of the things that has noticeably changed in baseball over the past 20 years is the loss of the base stealers. We don't see the Ricky Hendersons no more. We don't see, we don't see the Vince Colemans. We don't see the Tim Raines anymore. The Ty Cobbs. Thank goodness. Also, we don't see people like that. But I'm talking about the baseball player. We don't see these guys anymore. And the league batting average has dropped to 243, the lowest since 1968, which is the last time Major League Baseball seriously implemented rules to help to increase offense. Look, by comparison, in 1999, the league batting average during the steroid era was 271. 2019 was the first time that there were more strikeouts league-wide than hits. I think it was 700 more strikeouts than hits. This season, I think it's on pace to be close to 3,000 more strikeouts than hits. That's appalling to me. When I was growing up, striking out as a hitter was discouraged. Reggie Jackson, as great as he was often maligned because he struck out so much. He holds the record. I don't think he's going to hold it for much longer, but he holds the record for most career strikeouts, 2,597. But today he would fit right in. You got guys today. Look, not too long ago, Adam Dunn, right, was ridiculed for being a guy who would hit 240, hit 40 home runs, 100 RBI, but struck out 200 times. Dave Kingman would be a regular hitter today. Dave Kingman, who hit 230, 35 to 40 home runs in a good year, 90, 100 RBI, but struck out a lot. But he fit right in today. And I'm just a guy that I like the home run hitter. I love it. I love watching guys who were built to hit home runs. The Mark McGwires, the Sammy Sosas, the Ken Griffey Jr.'s, the Albert Bells. I love seeing those guys go deep. But I also love the high contact hitter. All right, I love the Tony Gwynn's and the Rod Carews. I love the George Bretts. I love the guys who hit some home runs but were singles hitters. Pete Rose. So I'm assuming with these rule changes, you're going to see a faster paced game, but you're going to see more singles. Because, look, in the American League right now, the guy leading the league in batting average is hitting like 316. That would not have gotten you a batting title 20 years ago. Good season, but batting title, no, you had to be more in the 350, 360 range. So yeah, I've hated these trends. I've hated these trends of everybody wanting to hit home runs. And I wish that we would see more changes in the NBA, but everybody loves this 3 point happy bullshit. So I'm all for it. A faster paced game, more offense. Not everything's a fucking home run. I love it. I know the players don't love it, but fuck them. But tell me what you guys think.